Hello Aries, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie and this over here is Blazer the Morky. Hello. And we are here to assist you for your November energies for your November monthly. Scorpio season, so in my defense, it's Scorpio season. So if things are a little bitey or intense, that's probably why, but these readings always go pretty deep. We're going to do the Celtic Cross for you this month, and then we'll close it off with an oracle card for the Aries collective. Alrighty. Keep in mind, you know the deal. These are general readings. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. You can check out your sun, moon, rising, and north node. Those are what I call the 4 pillars. Those are great placements for you to check out the readings for to fill in all the pieces of the puzzle. So if Aries doesn't resonate and it's your sun sign, check your moon or check your rising or check your north node. You could be working with other energies at this time as well. In the description below, I have links that will carry you to personal readings if you're interested. I also have links to donations and connecting on social media, so be sure to check those out. Let's get going here, Aries. Happy birthday to our Scorpios that have the November birthdays. Aries, okay. I like this. Your initial energy that you're giving me is the fossil. And it says King of Pentacles. This might be a little different for you than your normal Aries energy, but I feel like you've kind of been presenting this energy all year long, where you've been doing things differently. You've been manifesting a lot in the physical world, and I think it looks great. To me, that's good. Your challenge, the 8 of Wands, the vision. And look, we have a character kind of in a bubble here. Or in like a crystal ball, an image coming out. You may be a little challenged on where to take your vision next. It's not that you're in a bad place. It's not that you're in a stuck place. But you might just be having a hard time seeing how things are going to come through next. And that's okay. You may be also someone who is used to having premonitions or that prescient kind of, you just know. You know that things are coming, you know that things are happening, and right now you're having a little challenge in the vision there, or it's not coming to you as quickly as it once was. You might just be working on something else. Let's look at your needed focus area, the doe, the 9 of Pentacles, a softer energy, a patient energy, still an energy of growth. We've got the Pentacles here again, still movement in the physical world. At times, soft and swift movement, very aware of your surroundings. I'm wondering if right now you might be a little bit more in the grounded energies rather than navigating the spiritual energies. And you might kind of want to be a little bit more in the spiritual zone. Maybe a job or something that's taking up your time just isn't allowing you to have as much time for that spiritual vision. The vision of passion. Maybe it's just like, you're like, when am I going to get to that? Right? And in your past energy, you get the shell, the Knight of Wands. This could represent mother issues that you're letting go from the past, transforming quite solidly. We have a hand holding the shell, the cowrie shell, I believe, which is the womb. So whether you're male or female, we all came from a womb. And there may be some sort of energy, a shadow aspect, or pain of the mother, or something that happened, her mood, or something when you were in the womb that you are healing up. You may not even be aware you're doing it, but you are. We'll get clarifiers because that's really interesting energy. And then as we move into the future, you have another knight, the Knight of Cups, the wolf. I love this. I feel like whatever healing you're doing, womb healing energy you're doing, could be in yourself if you're the feminine. If you're masculine, could be from the womb. That's at a time when something happened or you're resolving something and moving into unity with the pack. And here we have howling at the moon. That's what the wolves do, right? Howling at the moon and letting that heart energy just emerge from deep within. Now, in your place of empowerment, you got the skull, the Hierophant, really cool. I love the depiction of this. It almost reminds me of the Death card. But as we step into our spiritual authority in life, there is a lot that has to be let go, that has to die from the ego and from the conditioning and the brainwashing of the world, right? This feels like a real illumination for you. I like this in your place of power. It feels like great spiritual authority, which is also nice considering that you might not feel as connected, or you might feel like your time is being taken away from your spiritual vision. This is the inner knowing that it's there, it's always there, and it's steadfast within you. In the arena of your allies and support, you got the altar, the magician, working with the tools. Very, very cool. Now, in this depiction, we've got the cup, we've got a knife representing the crystals. No. Crystals, I think, are representing possibly the pentacles here. We have a lot going on. It feels like we have a switchblade here. We may have a piece of wood here for the wand. We've got like a box, and I almost want to say that's like Pandora's box. Are you opening up something, Aries? There is so much going on in this magician card. I hope the camera's focusing on it real good. I don't want to get it too close. But we have a line of crystals. We have a cup. That one's pretty obvious. We have something that looks like one of those desert roses, one of those desert rose stones, like sand that has been shaped into the form of a rose. We have a magical box. We have a piece of wood and a knife. Ooh, that's a lot for you to work with. Maybe you're working on balancing the elements within yourself. You're working with air, fire, earth, and water. Maybe looking to your chart, looking to certain aspects of your chart for assistance with that. Be sure you're looking at the house energies as well, for those of you who are checking that out. In your environment, you have the 10 of Wands, the beetle. Now, this guy kind of looks like a scarab beetle to me, or a dung beetle. I don't know. I don't know my beetles, but you know, dung beetles can really have some movement. So things might be moving for you, but the scarab too would be a callback to ancient Egypt. So there could be some sort of energy from the past that you're having a look at. This is coming up in your environment. You may be doing some Egyptian studies. You may be working with luck, your family and your ancestry's luck. Very interesting energies, but beetles are, you know, very industrious, and they have that hard shell that protects them while they're doing their work. Looking at the hopes and fears here, you have the amulet, another sign of protection, very interesting, and this is representing the 7 of Wands. There may be something you feel you have to defend against, and that actually might be real. So since this comes into hopes and fears, you might have a fear of defending against something, but I also get the sense that you have the protection for it as well with this amulet card showing up. So have hope and have reassurance. I think reassurance really is coming through in this card, that you will be protected in this endeavor. And there is a sword hanging from that string attached to the left hand there. In the potential outcome, we have the siren, the devil. This may be you actually slaying some of the, what I would call the shadow egoic tendencies that you might have in interactions, just in everyday life. We do start off with that King of Pentacles there, and that's your current energy. And I'm wondering if this isn't letting go of some of the control that you might be buying into in your current energy, so that you can see this vision more clearly that is currently challenging to you. Remember, the devil is connected to Capricorn energy as well. This means there might be some hard work on this ahead of you, but again, I also feel like if you're landing on this reading, you are not someone who is new to spirituality or quite skilled in, and you've got this magician in your allies and support working with the elements. That's incredibly important. Every magician knows that they have to take time to work with the elements, and maybe even revisiting some of the basics of those elements as you feel called. Let's look at this fossil King of Pentacles. Okay, I think I'm in your energy here. That was really interesting initial vibes I was getting there. Here's some fire for you, Aries. So to go with the King of Pentacles, you got the Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So really cool energy. The more grounded and stable you've become in your material and physical world, the more your fire has opened up to you. And you're having some fun with it. You know those, I think they're called poi, and you can light the poi and spin them, and you see that sometimes at like raves or festivals and stuff. That's kind of the energy that I get here. She's tossing a wand in the air and definitely dancing and interacting with it. So there may be some very active things going on right now where we might be working with fire energies or fire itself. Maybe you have a fire pit or doing a bonfire or just, you know, like the lighted poi. Please be careful. You know, when you start lighting things on fire, you have to be very careful. So do consider that. Could also just be the way you're wielding your energy at this time. But I love it. It looks like it's getting exercise. It looks like it's like, you know, going to support this vision that is challenging you here, because maybe it's something that mentally you're overcoming with that flame being on the mind space there. Okay, let's clarify this Eight of Wands in the vision card that is challenging to you. Something still coming clear to you for some reason. Yeah, and you're gonna, whoa, okay. Very interesting. There's this dualistic energy showing up for you, Aries, with your vision here, this Eight of Wands. And please, 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 if you know what this is that is your challenge, this clouded vision, you got to tell me in the comments, because to clarify, you got the Seven of Pentacles, which is a slow, gentle, nurturing kind of energy, right? Beautiful, rooted, very much patient exchange of energy here. Then you have the Knight of Swords, which is super freaking fast moving energy. For some of you, this could be a situation where you have a gift, and somehow did I get lipstick all over? I am wearing my Scorpio lipstick today, so hopefully it's behaving. I just saw some on my finger. It's on the card. All right, so are some of you having connection to your vision and purpose that you've been aware of for quite some time, but you haven't known how to use it, or you haven't known how to put it into practice? Or that's the challenge for you, is you've known about it, you've nurtured it, it's begun to grow, but how are you going to put it into practice? Have you ran away from it at times because it's overwhelming? There's a lot of a sense of purpose and vision coming in here. And it's no wonder you're dealing with so much in the physical with the call to the spiritual, because I think that call to the spiritual is what clarifies that vision there. Again, some of you are forward seeing, premonitions. You have premonitions. You actually think of things or dream about things and they come true. Prescient. You'll just be in a place and you'll know certain energies are going to move a certain way. Very cool. And you are the leader of the zodiac, so it kind of falls on your shoulders as well to take action and find this movement, this Knight of Swords, against the challenge of your own vision, your own purpose. Wild. Love it. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles, the doe, that soft energy, right? In your needed focus. Yes, be gentle with it, nurture it. The Ace of Pentacles, it's something that it's okay for you to hold precious. It's okay for you to nurture and move a little more slowly, even though that may go against the Aries fire energy. It may take you a little longer to figure out how to put this into practice. And that's because there's a softer, gentler energy, a genteel kind of sense coming up here. Something that it's definitely connected, because we have the 7 in the challenge, but then we have the Ace and the 9 of Pentacles here. You started off with the King. So you may be cycling through these Pentacle energies in a very interesting way. Camaraderie and companionship on this journey is really important. There may be someone or multiple someones around you who have some insight to contribute to what you're going through. And I think in this card here, I'm seeing the Pleiades, the 7 stars, which are above the skull, the Hierophant. Some of you could be star seeds and have other incarnations in that star system. And there may be a knowing or a memory connected to that. These 2 cards flipped right out for the shell, this Knight of Wands in your past, this transformation that helped you open possibly from the womb space. I feel like it is in your past because you overcame whatever energies you were supposed to learn. You were able to get to the point of what was supposed to be learned. And you know, when we're talking about womb energy and you being impacted in the womb, that's often ancestral, that's often genealogical energies. It can be just connected to the mother, but here we have a feeling of you nailed it. You figured out what it was and you nailed it and you overcame it and you set your sight on that goal with this Temperance card and you move toward it. And I like that in this card, the character is seated and he is very passively balancing things, because that would show me that you had the understanding that whatever it was that you worked through here and you conquered was not of your soul's initial doing, but that of your bloodline. And that is cool. That means you didn't take the extra burden on your shoulders here. You worked with it very passively somehow. Ooh, cool. For some of you that I'm reading for here, you're definitely a mystic or a magician yourself, a mage. Real life mages. Absolutely. Anyway, beautiful work. Whatever you did in the past there to heal that up, fantastic work. Okay, here it is. Clarifying this Knight of Cups, the wolf. Okay, so the healing, the passive healing of that through your past, leading into your future, back to the pack, maybe even the leader of the pack with this Knight. And I say leader because we have the King of Pentacles again, maybe leading the pack differently than the previous pack leader and in a very grounded, earthy, connected way. And look at this king, he has a wolf friend here. So wolf energy definitely coming up for you, the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so again, the 9 of Pentacles is in your needed focus. The 9 of Pentacles is in your future. In the past, it's represented as the doe. And in the future, she is actually hanging dried herbs. So you may be working with both the animal and the plant kingdom here in this nurturing of these grounded energies in your bloodline, in your genealogy. It really feels like to me, what comes next for your ancestry is just filled with joy. There's joy, there's peace. And it could be just expressed through you as an individual. Could be expressed through children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, wherever you're at with that. Oh, it's looking so good. I almost just want to stay in that energy. Okay, moving along with your place of empowerment, that Hierophant, your spiritual authority. You get, for clarity, the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. So here is our Hierophant and here are our clarifiers. Now in this 7 of Swords, this character has stolen some of the raven's feathers and the raven is calling them out. You may be in a place where you are calling out some sort of injustice. It may be in a work environment because we have the 3 of Pentacles, so people you were meant to work together with. There may have been some sort of deviation from an honest interaction that you had to confront or deal with or blow the whistle on. This is whistleblower energy, but because it's in a place of empowerment, it really feels justified to me. And a great learning opportunity as well for everybody involved. So whomever's involved in that situation, you're looking really empowered, but a great learning opportunity for all. Interesting. Very interesting. That could be in the workplace, possibly there. And you like using your spiritual skills in the workplace. Let's look at this allies and support, that magician with all the cool activity of the elements going on. What? You got the devil and the 4 of swords with that altar. Some of you may have a physical altar that you work with. If you don't, it's kind of nice to just have that little corner with and put in some totems to represent the elements. And you can even put cards on your altar, stones, crystals, runes, whatever you feel called. Dried flowers, chalices. I have a chalice sitting right here that I keep stuff in. And this is really interesting with your allies and support. Healing through what I call the devil card energies: control, addiction, passive aggressiveness, deceit. These are the kind of energies that working with the items on your altar physically, or just working with the elements energetically, is really going to support you right now. I feel that for many of you, having something tangible on an actual altar is going to be helpful. And you can, when you go into a place of healing, you can be in that room, you can be with that altar and really laying down on that altar any of the feelings that you have within around controlling situations, controlling people, where you've been controlled, where you've been deceived, where you've been deceitful to others. That takes a lot of balls to admit these kinds of energies to ourselves and how we've let them take us on a certain journey, right? And overcoming those energies and sealing those up and protecting our energy from our own, what I might call toxic tendencies, right? We all have them. It's all something everyone has to overcome at some point. Let's look at the beetle, the 10 of wands. So I was feeling like an effective, enduring energy from that beetle. The 10 of wands can sometimes feel like a burden, but I'm also imagining that don't those little dung beetles like push the dung, like it's like 550, like some obnoxious number times their weight, and they can like roll it up a hill or something. I don't know, something really insane like that. Someone might know. I don't know if the specifics are really that important, but this is what you may be kind of fighting an uphill battle. And the best way to do that right now, to fight that battle or seemingly uphill battle, is this 9 of cups. Opening up your heart to yourself, to your accomplishments, to your premonition energy, to your prescience. Allowing that to carry you. Look, the ravens are actually pulling the boat here. And remember, the raven came up powerfully in the 7 of swords in your empowerment. You, as the raven, the 3-eyed raven, perhaps. That's who you are. Like Bran in Game of Thrones, right? You got powers. You got a lot of powers, Aries. And I went full woo on this one. We're going full woo. But you have some powerful powers here. Let's look at this amulet, this 7 of wands. Speaking of, I'm going to put powerful powers as our title, I think, because you got them. Okay. In your hopes and fears, remember being protected, staying protected, having what you need, having the presence of mind to defend from mind control, brainwashing, all of that kind of thing. And believe me, it's out there everywhere, right? So constantly we're being bombarded with these things. You got the Justice card in the Chariot, though. Loving this with this 7 of wands, because we move then the energies into a place of balance, into a place of truth. And I get the saying, the truth hurts, but you know the truth. And you're finding ways to express the truth even if it hurts. There is a great reflection going on here in these energies, which I love. And we have the Chariot, forward momentum. And I would say the higher aspects with this being Cancerian energy and the devil being Capricorn, embracing those higher aspects of control. So being able to focus on controlling what you have control over in a balanced way. Justice is Libra energy. I don't see you having any trouble protecting yourself here in a balanced way, honestly. But you might be unsure of that. Like, if it's like a physical fear, take a self-defense course. Take some martial arts. Martial arts might be really good for you if you have that. If it's more of like a spiritual warfare kind of feel, like entities and things coming at you, because remember, you're not a spring chicken here. You very old soul, star system incarnations, lots of things going on here that would be really cool to go even deeper into, but that's for another time. Let's look at the Siren, the devil card energies, and the potential outcome. Oh, this is interesting. So you get the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. What a cool inner journey I feel like this is, because in your allies and support, you had one devil. In your potential outcome, you have another. But let's look at these energies. I feel like this 5 of Wands, this is a natural energy for you. And you can see the different characters are climbing toward the flame. They're climbing toward the flame. And they're each figuring out their specific path to it. And I think these are different aspects of you finding your way to the flame, to the fire element that you're so used to using. And here we have, this is so interesting. Here we have another like crystal ball looking card, because we had it with the vision. The challenge of the vision is going to become more clear. I think there's some boundaries here. Maybe some of you are so open to these energies of premonition, and I might say powerful premonition powers, that it scares you at times. You'd be scared of these energies. And you may kind of say, okay, I need, I'm just going to take one at a time, and the rest of these energies just need to settle. That's perfectly fine. You can have your boundaries here. I get boundaries with the 7 of Wands for the outcome, while you figure the best path forward through what you're receiving. The siren call from that devil. Oh, what a cool frickin' reading, Aries. I think your reading got things moving within me. I do have some first house energy pretty predominant in my chart to deal with, so I love it. Aries, let's get you a card from the Divine Animals Oracle to close off your reading today. Aries, you got the number 2 card, the Lynx, Secrets. Your word is your bond. Do not gossip or entertain gossip, as all may not be as it seems. Be shrewd about when you share your confidential information. Yes, there's a lot of frauds and scams going on out there. A little mystery can be a good thing, but keeping secrets that are detrimental to others may not be. There is some news worth sharing, but be discerning. And with your powers of premonition that I was picking up in this reading, that absolutely would be the case. The magic of the lynx can be utilized when you need to keep a secret or stop gossip. It is also the perfect magic to weave when you are making a vow to yourself or another, a magic that is wild in its nature but focused in its intent. Ensure you are clear with your intentions up front when you are dealing with others. So Aries, I think you got this. I can see in your reading with the way that you are aware of protection being needed and the spiritual authority that you're maintaining here, that this lynx energy matches really nicely with that. So, this isn't necessarily something that you have to just go out and share with everyone. You're going to be more discerning. You're really going to these tools of the magician. You're going to use the elements to help you be discerning and navigate some of those tricky devil energies too while you're at it. So there's a lot of loaded stuff going on in the month of November for you, but I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I can't wait to see you next time.